never heard that, but that's the origin of CAP. I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look.
There's a principle that
Right.
we have to follow.
Yeah.
We have to have.
Be true to yourself. You don't have.
And when I came back, the place was a mess. So I knew I was a mess.
Deep in here now.
It's incredible.
I love it.
Me
That's
too.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And applying the recovery, I thought.
All right, welcome to the McShin Foundation's Get in the Herd podcast here in Richmond, Virginia. We want to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Up first is the Seed Institute. Seed Institute. If you have any questions about trying to get some trainings, they specialize in trainings, and they also help individuals start their own LLCs. They specialize in startup businesses. They are minority owned as well. So reach out to them, 804-939-0541. And then next up, we have the Farley Center. That was my angel on my shoulder there. We have the Farley Center. They are a treatment center located in Williamsburg, Virginia. If you have any loved ones or anyone that needs some services for substance use disorder and or mental health, give them a call. They have a detox and they take commercial insurances. 804-638-7329. Kelly Eason is the name of their coordinator. Give them a call. The Farley Center. Thank you, Farley Center, for that sponsorship. And then up next, we have Rooted Hair Studios. They are located in Colonial Heights, Virginia. If you give them a call and mention McShin, you'll get 10% off your next hairdo. So go on, get your hair done. Rooted Hair Studio, 804-919-3851. They are located in Colonial Heights, Virginia, and they are locally owned as well. So they're not a whatever commercial brand studio. They're locally owned. So give them a call. 804-919-3851. Mention code McShin, get 10% off. And then we have one last sponsor who wanted to remain anonymous. So we do want to shout them out for that sponsorship. They sponsored the podcast. So I don't have anything to sponsor. I don't have anything to say for
my
them.
lunch today.
Yes, but we do want to shout them out and say, thank you for that. And we appreciate that. And we appreciate all of our sponsors. And with that, we're going to get into our next episode. And before we do that, before the year is ending, we will have one last function. It is going to be our open house on New Year's Eve. Everybody come out, check it out. If you get released from jail or prison, come check it out. If you happen to just log on to this and see this live, come check it out. It's going to start at 5:00. We're going to have 3 meetings, all recovery meetings. So they're not going to be geared towards any 12-step. There's going to be all recovery. So if you're just somebody in recovery from substance use, mental health, and you're looking for, a safe place to be, come check it out. The meetings will start 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m. We'll have food, games, and movies, and we'll be going till the ball drops. Come check us out, 2300 Dumbarton Road. All right, thank you.
What's up, everybody out there on planet Earth? It's your favorite Martian back here again from Recovery Central in Henrico, Virginia, McShin Foundation. I'm super excited today, man. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the groundbreaker, the genesis of the recovery community in this region, you could say, so to speak, John Shinholser. What's up, John?
What's up?
What's happening? Yeah, my man.
You almost got that right.
Yeah, right.
A little lengthly though.
Yeah, almost is good enough. And we got like my favorite little buddy here. We got Beverly here. She's been doing a lot. She's been going into the jails with John and as service work and talking to the men and women in there that are still incarcerated and giving a little shot of hope. Say what's up, Bev.
What up?
What up?
What up?
So
I like the way Beverly stretched her legs to make it look like
they're
her
almost
feet are
to the
touching
floor.
the floor, man.
They're almost there.
So you can't see in that.
Yeah. We don't have a height limit when we do the sitting down part.
No, we don't. There's no stick for the ride.
Right.
Put one outside the door there.
Anyways, we just want to check in with y'all where we know, like in the recovery community, like during the holiday seasons can be good, they can be bad, they can be tough, they can be depressing, they can be happy, they can be all those things. But if you made it this far, you can make it through the other one. And we want to give you a little institutional knowledge that John is just like the encyclopedia of, a
Google,
wealth of it.
baby, Google.
The Google of recovery, John. So like, what would you say to anybody that, okay, they made it to the holidays, they might not have been able to spend time with their family, they might have been separated for this reason or that, incarceration, shout out to everybody in jail on the podcast and everything, we support y'all. And so they made it through. Now they got New Year's Eve. Now in my mind, I'm thinking this is going to be a great New Year's Eve. I can watch the ball drop and I don't have to wake up hungover. So like that's inspirational for me.
Yeah,
What
you
would
say a lot
John?
of words, man.
What would you say, John?
You're like this word guy, man. You know, New Year's Eve ain't nothing but another day for us.
That's
you know?
right.
They call that the night of the amateur.
Yeah.
You know, but in this organization, we know better.
Mhm.
But the hit is this: if you make it through the new year clean and sober, whatever your thing is, or just if you're in the harm reduction space and you survive, and that's a hit, that's a win. But you got to work for it. You know, most of us, we have to actually like chase either our pathway, our recovery, or whatever journey we're on. We got to chase that right through the new year. You know, don't stop doing what you're doing. You know, if you made it through, you know, the Christmas season, holiday season, whatever you want to call it, and you're at this point, like you mentioned earlier, you just like here I am, I'm hanging around new people basically. Even
That's
though
right.
you got a little time, and Bev, this is your first holiday season, clean, and you know, I go to where my people are. You know, I go where the love is, the connection is, and I try to be a service. You know, service is real important. You know, and you serve in whatever capacity you're capable of. So sometimes by me just showing up, hanging out, spreading knowledge, as you like to say, you know, that's good. That's good enough.
Yeah, John's talking about just staying connected, man. And they say the definition of, and I mean it makes a lot of sense to me logically, that the cure for addiction is connectivity, and John seems to be like walking.
I'm a magnet when it comes to
there it is, connections all over the place. Now,
well, yeah, I asked Bev, how you feel about your first
that's
your
what
first year in recovery. You've been clean since April, or
I've
before?
been clean for a year and 4 months, and I've been here in McShin since April.
Were you incarcerated before that?
Yes.
So your first New Year's Eve was incarceration.
Yes.
Safe place.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And then this is your first, like, you're coming up on almost a year of being in a recovering community.
Yes.
I mean, how's that journey been? Briefly?
It's different. It's been nice though, you know, because the community that I have found up here and the network that I have now and all the people up here is completely different than what I've ever been used to.
Well, we are different than the active addiction group, the incarcerated group, and the do nothing group. You know, we're an organization of, you know, do things, do the next right thing, and do it consistently. But I've watched you and Travis both, since both of y'all come around. Y'all are completely different people than when you first got here, and that to me is very exciting. You know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like John could say for me, Andy can say for you. I myself can say for you. I've been here since you started this journey. Now you came from jail, and you know, like you made a transformation. You know, you were a little, you know, you've looked at some behaviors and you've settled down a lot. Yeah. And you've matured some. So like, I congratulate you for that. So like, would you say that like any tools, what particular tool would you say you use to, like, you know, make it through the holiday season clean and sober? What tools do you got, Bev?
I just, you know, I stayed away from the people, places, and things, even because I went home for the holidays, where I'm from Lynchburg. And, you know, I mainly stuck with my family, and I still kept in my mind, you know, I didn't have to use, I didn't have to do none of that stuff. And I still stayed in contact with my people, with my network and my community up here.
Now both of you are in sober living, right?
Yeah, I'm moving out in 2 weeks to my own
boy.
apartment. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Then it's party.
Hey, that's like a major rule change there. You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I feel good. I feel good about it. I feel ready. I feel like I've gained enough tools through my spiritual pathway and journey. How I made it through the holidays with ease. In fact, you know, I know how to separate myself from people with a little bit of tools I learned, and just like learning about me and myself, and that I always don't have to be a people pleaser.
How long you been in sober living?
I've been here about a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
When's your year mark?
Right after Jesse, February 15th.
Will be a year.
Will be a year.
So, but I think both of you. I think the key and the hit for both of you was that sober living. But you know, we do things a little different here at McShin. You know, we're a little stricter than most sober homes organization. You know,
which is a good thing.
for a lot of us, we need that extra watchful eye, the extra set of rules, the extra what do you call it?
Accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah, that's exactly a group of people around you that have been trained up in a certain way, a certain model to watch out for signs and to hold you accountable for your behaviors. I mean, how will you ever change any behaviors if you're not aware of them?
Right.
You know, because most of the time you're walking around with these things and you think it's just the regular you.
Well, you were here before, so you had a little infomercial when you came back. But Bev, I watched you. You were like bucking the system a little bit at first. You know?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
I
you-
definitely was.
we had to convince you. Look, you ain't in jail no more. You're not back on the corner no
Gangster.
more. You're actually in recovery. It's okay to survive and thrive. You know,
And it
Well-
seems that she was made aware of that and she pivoted or adjusted.
constantly was made aware of it in the beginning.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. How long did it take you to pivot, Bev? I mean, we know in our minds the time frame, but I want to hear it from you on the spot.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Go
I
ahead,
don't know.
just make up a time. Don't worry about
I
it.
don't know how long.
It didn't take long. I think after your departure and your return.
Let her answer the
Yeah, well, I'm
freaking
helping her out. I'm
question.
helping her out.
She
She's
was
stuck.
she was getting ready to open her mouth.
go ahead.
How long do y'all think?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think when she
I'd
came
say,
back from
I-
another organization,
well, I
about
think-
4 months, 5 months.
Well, I think during this past fall, that's when I could see a big growth spurt in you. You know, oh my
Yeah.
God, this woman's maturing.
Yeah,
She wants to live.
yeah.
And what, if anything, Bev, would you have, like, for somebody that's out there right now, like they might be separated from their families right now, they might be incarcerated, they might be on the street, they're going through like depression from the separation, they're isolated, they're in active addiction, but they want to change, they feel something in their heart, they'll feel a pull. What would you think would be like a good option for them to pull their bootstraps up and start a different pathway? What kind of advice would you give them?
That there is hope, that there is definitely hope, no matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, and no matter how scary it may seem, you just have to take that first step. There's always going to be that fear of taking that annual first step, but once you do it, I mean, it's not going to be easy from there, but that's probably, I guess, the scariest part is taking that first step. And once you get over it, it'll be easier from there on out. And I'm not saying that it's going to be all peaches and cream, but once you get over that first, I guess, obstacle in your actual whole obstacle course of life, you're going to have help along the way. And that's no problem with that. But it will definitely be easier after you do that first initial step.
Oh, that's good. Good answer, John. And just playing off that and your vast knowledge in this field, John, like, what would you describe that first step as being?
Well, I think you gotta. Sticking to the holiday theme
Yeah.
here. You know, a lot of folks' first holiday season, and this will probably go out before New Year's Eve, and some folks might
Yeah,
get to
well.
watch it. But you're safe in numbers.
Yeah.
You got to run with like-minded people, other people who know they need to sort of chase their recovery, stay away from old people, places, and things. And you go where the love is. I'm telling you, there's so much love in recovery. There's so much love in these rooms and these programs. And you know the difference between the and the real seekers. Run with the real people, the real seekers. Stay away from the.
Yeah.
But that's going to end in
And what John is explaining is like all people from your past, like no matter how toxic they are, and sometimes these things can be hard because if I'm thinking about it, like sometimes this means like my family, and sometimes it means like old friends, and no matter how much the nostalgia draws you back in, because all you sometimes remember is good things when you came from a bad place. So that's good advice right there, John, because sometimes you got to find a new family. Would you
See,
agree?
I treat addiction like a life-threatening illness. So
Mhm.
my recovery, I treat that like a life-saving process.
Mhm.
And that's why I always say, look, you got to run with the people who are real about your recovery, who really want it. And it's just so easy for that illness, that disease to creep back in you. And all you got to do is be off balance for a split second, you're gone. So safety in numbers, lots of events. If you can go to recovery events over the holidays, you go there. A lot of areas have, lots of speaker meetings and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And just you gotta go where the recovering community is.
Yeah, and the NA and the recovery community has grown so much, even in the last 10 years, that these things aren't hard to find. There's websites. I mean, we have events. Our doors are always open here at the McShin Foundation, like all groups and classes. Anytime you want to come in, I mean, if you want to find like-minded individuals that are looking for a better way to live, like this is a perfect place to start. And there's other organizations too. The doors just open here.
Other pathways too.
Yeah, other pathways, plenty of them. There's 192 of them.
Well,
but some of them are fluff.
If we search for drugs, we find it. If we search for recovery, we find it. You gotta be patient, hang in there. So
yeah, be patient, hang in there through the holidays. I mean, the way John explained it to me and Bev just now, I mean, it's just another day. Would you agree with that too, Steve? It's just
no question about it. I mean, it's like somebody asked me, well, "How was your Christmas?" It's work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of extra stress for us during the holidays. It really is. But that's why I treat each day like Monday. I'm waking up, but I'm an excited guy on Monday. I love waking up, facing my challenges for the day. I mean, I thrive on that.
Yeah. Yeah. You thrive on your purpose-driven life. What do you think, Steve? What do you think about New Year's Day? Or
look at Steve back there, the man behind the plan.
The man with the plan.
How long you been clean, Steve?
3.5 years.
Hot damn. So this is getting to be routine for you.
No, it's not. Well, it is. Yeah. Like I don't expect it to fall apart today, but I'm aware that it could.
Yeah. Steve, how'd you make it through your awesome Christmas holiday with the family?
Oh, that was tough.
Oh
yeah.
That's a setup, man. What do you mean it was tough?
Well, I'm not going to go into
your wife might watch this, man.
True. It was awesome. It was
awesome. That's the answer, man.
But to be able to be there and face the challenges and not be like out somewhere escaping the challenges.
That's the best part about
it.
That's to be clear mind and body and soul, and no matter what, you're suited up, you showed up, and it's going to be okay.
Yeah, and
feeling.
Yeah, I would agree. And if you got to do it every day, and then the holidays are just another day, then the holidays are just as good as day as any to do it.
Right. So let's reflect back on the year just for a minute. We can all say something like, what big significant something happened in the past year that was recovery related that you can really give a shout out to?
Big significant, like in our own personal lives or period?
Yeah, in your recovery, in the past year, what sort of made your year? Like you got a new car.
Yeah, I got a new car. I'm going into a new place. I got a new job. I got new job titles. I mean, these are
you got multiple good things.
Multiple good things. I mean, these are gifts of God and recovery. Yeah. I mean, and actually, this is a good thing to sit back and reflect on them, because when we get down in the dumps a little bit, we got to take a look at what are we grateful for.
But not only that, part of your job is the talking. You love talking,
and I love talking. When I first got here, I had to sit around. I mean, everybody always asks you, you find a job that you love to do, and I was sitting there like, what the hell do I love to do? And one day, in a spark of inspiration in a car, it hit me like a lightning bolt. I love to talk.
Yeah.
I mean, I love to talk, and now I'm up here just talking with somebody that I love, and my good friend Steve and my homegirl Bev. I mean, life couldn't get any better for me at this point in the moment. Don't ask me a question if you don't want the answers.
Beverly, reflecting back on your year, what are some significant, cool things that you can talk about? You found McShin.
Yeah, I found that's one.
You found Romeo.
Yeah, my boyfriend that I found in recovery.
Yeah, there you go. And you went home and had a good time. You didn't screw it up.
Yeah, and then probably being able to, because of recovery, being able to be home for Christmas with my family. My son. This is my first Christmas that I've been able to be home with my family and my child in 9 years.
There you go.
Whoa, that's huge.
Yeah, just for y'all that wondering, she really is 27. She ain't 16.
Yeah.
So, well, that's good, man. You got a new lease on life. Steve, what about you?
Let's see here. Coming here, like I had no idea what I was going to do. I wanted to make a difference with this recovery, like spreading the message. And then the next thing I know, I'm helping you with the jail thing. I get a staff position here.
Yeah, I remember one day you were down and out. You were gone, and a week later, here you are running the show.
Yeah,
man.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
Like you always say, stay in position. I did, and I was available, and it happened. So,
what about you, John? Yeah. What about you, reflecting back on this year?
Well I think you got to realize when you've been around a long time, and like I turned 65 this past year, and then next thing you know, I jumped from commercial health insurance to Medicare. I mean, that's some weird
APR.
shit. Then I went and had a medical procedure today, and I'm carrying my paperwork back to the OR room, and I'm looking at it, and it's age 65. I went, holy shit, I didn't see that coming.
Creeps up on your face.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so this was a year where I spent some reflection on how in the world was I able to go from age 23 to 65 clean. Who does that? And it's like, how did I get in a position where I'm damn near retired now? I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of quality life thought processes went through my head. So
like getting ready to start a new chapter.
100%. I'm in the middle of a book.
Yeah, and ain't nothing good and exciting as the next chapter, bro.
I'll tell you what, man. I got so many good things on the horizon. That was my next question. What do you look forward to in the ensuing year? You got an apartment.
Bev,
you got an apartment coming.
Yeah, Bev or me.
Well, when you get in that apartment by yourself without adult supervision, I mean, I can already project some situations.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Jello. There's going to be a lot of whipped cream. There's going to be a lot of stuff going.
That's the editing part we talked about before.
Yeah, I tell you what though, when you're clean and sober, like the next day is exciting.
Yeah,
like not having to wake up and search out drugs or worry about where your money's coming from or worry about getting the shakes off you. I mean, I said the last year,
all three, I can say if you stay clean and chase your recovery, like you did the previous year, you're going to have a great year.
Yeah, I mean, if these good gifts that we talked about came in the first year, then there's more coming in the second year. And even if there's a law, you can still be excited about getting up and doing your thing during the day and doing it sober-minded, clear-headed, and ready to face life.
All right, Bev, what are you looking forward to this upcoming year?
Another year clean.
More the same.
And
you might have to get a job one day.
Well, yeah. A job.
There you go.
Hopefully being able to leave McShin, getting off of probation, just moving forward with my life.
Look, you keep doing what you're doing, you keep progressing forward, you'll hit those
all
points,
of them.
Okay? That'll happen. So
yeah. Just seeing where life takes me, being able to be there for my family more.
There you go. Stevie Wonder, what do you got? What do you hope for this year?
Hoping to go see my son in Nashville. We were talking about that earlier.
Oh, yeah. How old is he?
22.
Shit, I do a road trip anytime you want.
Let's go.
John's a master at the road trip.
I get in the car and drive, man.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So, John, any parting words for our viewership?
Look, man, all I can say is you're not going to regret staying in recovery. You're not going to regret staying in your pathway. You're not going to regret improving your life. But to go backwards, you'll probably definitely regret it. So, my thing is just keep doing today what you did yesterday. So should tomorrow get here, you'd be equipped to deal with it. So.
There it is. That's some very simple, good, orderly direction.
It's simple, man.
It's simple stuff around here, right?
That's right.
And I love that because John can give you some knowledge right there. Keep it simple. It's easy to do it. Everybody stay clean. Everybody stay alert out there. Chase your recovery. I love you, John. I'm glad. I mean, we've been honoring you all month. I mean, everybody just has the utmost respect for you. I love you. Thank you, Bev. I'm glad you're here doing your thing. Bright and smiling, lights up the room. And Steve, thanks again. So everybody out there, we love you. Keep it tight.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right.